What is up, guys? I am back doing a new video, and today I am going to be giving my review of Zetsubou no Shima, the DLC 2 of Black Ops 3, and I'm only reviewing the zombie map in general, not really the multiplayer maps, because I don't really like my multiplayer map. So yeah, let's get right into the review. So I'm going to talk about the negatives first. Okay, there's many negatives in this map. One of them is to turn on the power. It's not so much the power, pack-a-punch, getting the shields, getting the gas mask, everything you have to do, and it feels like you have to do it in such a short amount of time. Pack-a-punch, power, and even shields. You can do the gas mask later on, but those three things you need to get done by at least round. I'll say the shield and power you need to do by round 10. Pack-a-punch you can wait until like 15, and gas mask you can do almost any time. And then there's the wonder weapon, and then there's the Skull Wonder Weapon, which is where you do all the skulls. It's so on. There's a lot of Wonder Weapons, which there's a lot to do in this map, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm counting it as a bad thing because it's very annoying and very hard. And time consuming also. So yeah, let's just get into more negatives because the map has a lot of them. So yeah. Another negative is that there's literally nowhere to train really with 4 people. I understand when you're playing solo, you can train almost anywhere else in this map. You don't even have to train. You can just walk around this map because it's that big. But it doesn't have a lot of spots to train. And I know some people be like, well, there's that one spot in this map. But it reminds me of Shingara, that there wasn't anywhere as good to train. There was like one good spot, which I don't remember where Shingara had a good spot. I'm pretty sure it was like I don't even remember, I haven't played Shingara in a while. But it was like Shingara, there was not a lot of spots to train or anything. And so you just kind of left training in a hold of like middle of nowhere. But I understand when you play solo, this does not really apply because you can almost train anywhere else. And you don't have to train. And so, like, you just walk around, but not really train. People will count as training, but it's not really training. I get it. That's only a complaint for co-op. Another negative for me is the pads. Not so much the pads, just the plants. I don't really care for the plants in this map, just because of how hard they are and how pointless they are. There is so much you can do with them, right? You can make yourself respawn somehow. I don't know how. My friend does it. And you can get guns. You can get so much out of these pods, right? You can even get free perks from what Smithy Plays did. And it's very complex, is the word. And it's just like, you know, purple water can make them into traps, blue water can make them into power ups, and I forgot what green water does. But it's just so time consuming, and it's confusing, really. That's really it. That's the reason why it's on this list. I understand some people have this all down and they know what they're doing, but yeah, not really so much for me, and this is my review, not you, so unfortunately, some stuff that I have problem with the map that you don't have a problem with is going to make it onto this list, and you just have to understand that. And one of the biggest negatives in this map is how the spiders can shoot webs and how they can, needless to say, block some doors with the webs. That's very annoying when it happens, and it's time consuming. Yeah, but let's say you're trying to hold zombies and you need to get somewhere else quick, right? And you are about to die because you have to stop and tear down this web because the spider shot his webs at it. And even some instances that I was playing with my friends, they had to train in other spots. They had to duke their way around the zombies, and it's annoying and it's pointless in my opinion. I don't know how one web can cover up an entire door like they can in this map. If you play this map, you know what I mean. And I just don't really like it. Of course, there's ways around it. You can tear it down the web. You can really get it down the KT4. Now a lot of people know that, but you can shoot down the KT4. And there's so much you can do. Even right there, I had a web, and that's like the perfect example of it. So yeah. That's a worthy negative though, because a lot of people would agree on me that you probably will go down at least 1 point of trying to tear down a lab when you're training. Okay, so I want to talk about this one really quick because I can understand that not a lot of people would agree with me on this one, but the KT4 Wonder Weapon, not upgraded, not the upgraded version, because I'm not going to really talk about the upgraded version because I don't really know how to do it without telling my friends, or my friends telling me what to do, so that's the word I was looking for. But I'm more specifically looking at the non-upgraded because I don't really like the Wonder Weapon, alright, in this map. And here's why. Alright, so you gotta do a bunch of stuff to get it. Easy stuff. You gotta turn on the power. You have to lower a cage to collect spider venom. Then you will get to go all the way down in this lake to collect the plant, and then you gotta shoot some zombies that they'll have like spider, not spiders, but a green stick on them. Okay, very easy. But I don't like the wonder weapon as a whole because I understand it's a buildable wonder weapon. It's not gonna be the best wonder weapon ever, but it has a lot to compete with. Okay, and there was the Apocalypse Servant, the Wolf Bow, the Stone Bow. How does this fit with any of them? And I'm only looking at Backups 3. There was so much more other wonder weapons, like the Thunder Gun and the one gun from Mob of the Dead. I'm pretty sure most of you know what I'm talking about. I forgot which one it was. The staffs from Origins, there's a lot. And mostly in Backups 3, though. I'm looking at Backups 3. This cannot compete with the other weather weapons that I really like. And maybe it's just me liking them. Maybe some other people can go back and be like, oh, I really like this gun because it's, I really like the map, so that this fits well. I don't understand it, but I get it that some people will have that feeling with some of these guns. Very quick, I want to talk about is the Thrasher. Okay, I don't hate the Thrasher overall because the Thrasher is very easy to kill, and basically why I hate the Thrasher so much is because how many of them can spawn around. Okay, that I'm looking at, and how they can eat you. Okay, the only plus side of them eating you alive is that they bring you closer to your friend if you're playing co-op. But if you're playing solo, that's kind of pointless. I understand. But I want to look at how many of them spawn around. It's unlimited. They're basically mutated zombies. That's what they are. They're not really anything else. They're not an actual boss. They're just mutated zombies. But it's just annoying when like 3 or 4 of them. I had like 3 of them on me before. Just when I was training by where you get the Scar Bow. Not Scar Bow, but Scar Staff, whatever it's called. It's the one upgraded weapon. I don't remember one weapon that you do get the scars. But I was training in there late, and I had like 3 Thrashers come on me. And needless to say, they're easy to kill, but it's pointless of how many of them can spawn around. And I was actually doing the Easter egg in this gameplay, and you can have like 3 or 4 of them at you at once. And I understand it's the Easter egg, so yeah. But now getting on to the positives. The positive on this map is the Easter egg. Not so much like what you gotta do, the cutscene. I love the cutscene a lot. Almost every cutscene that we gotten so far in Black Ops 3 has been some sort of amazingness, I guess is the word. I really like the cutscene, especially, I'm not going to spoil it, because it's going to be really hard not to spoil, but I'm pretty sure some people probably haven't seen the cutscene yet, but I don't want to spoil it, but it's what we are continuing. If you watch the Eisendrache and you watch the Giant, then you probably know how the Easter egg is going to end, but it's pretty cool of how they done it and the way they done it. And so I just want to say that right now, the outro cutscene and the intro cutscene is pretty cool too. So both cutscenes. Okay, one of the biggest things I really like about this map, right, is the Skull Wonder weapon. And I'm using it right now. It can basically tear the Thrashers apart really quick. And it's very good to use, really, overall. If you have a whole of zombies, you have bullets, and you have this thing up, you can always just pop this, and it'll kill all of them. You can vaporize them, which is basically, how I compare it is the guys from Shadows of Evil, the ritual guys that would normally burst into blood. Yeah, they're kind of like that. They won't really burst into blood, but they would just kind of vaporize into like thin air. Just like how the guy from Shadows of Evil's rituals, if you've done the rituals, you know what I mean, do. And so yeah, I really like the wonder weapon. You can also minimize whatever. You can do so much more with the wonder weapons, and getting it is kind of hard at first, but when you do it more than once, you get used to it. Okay, one thing I really want to talk about is the new law guns. I really like the ICR as a law gun, and that's possibly the best gun that is on the wall now. There's the KN-44, there's the HVK, but there's also the ICR now. And I always thought the ICR was always a good box gun. And one more thing before I end the video that I want to talk about is the new guns out of the box. You get the MP40, the dual marshals, and the MX Grand. I really like the dual marshals. They're super OP against the Thrashers, and the MP40 is good too, but I don't really like the MX Grand. So yeah, overall I would give the map maybe a 6 out of 10. It's not that bad, but it's not that great. It's not the worst map I've ever played on from Treyarch Zombies, but it's not the best one I've ever played on. I always will say that to my friends if they ask me what my opinion is on the map. So there's my opinion. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10, like I just said. And it is something worth buying if you are into the Easter eggs and just want a new map to play overall. So yeah, you should go check it out if you really like it. But I don't really care for this map per se. If I look at Black Ops 2 as a whole, I won't look at this map overall. So I'll say that. Hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, drop a like on it, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos.